Alrighty guys, so the full day of eating commences. Super simple. I can't remember what's changed from the last time, but this is about 3,200 calories on my training days. This first meal today, I've got 4 of these like whole wheat, they're Weight Watcher. They're like 5 carb per. So there's 20 carb from those. I've got 400 grams of egg whites just in an omelet. I separate it from the egg. I just love the egg too much. I put the egg on a piece of bread on its own so I can enjoy it like an absolute weirdo. Then just like mixed salad, and then I'm just gonna have an apple after this. And that is gonna work out at about 65 carb. Where's all that carb coming from? 55 protein and then 10 fat. So this is like a well-balanced meal, and this is also my pre-workout meal. I also make sure I get like 2 liters in and a good chunk of salt in. So meal 1, I've been waiting for this. It's about half an hour after that meal, maybe half an hour before I train. I like to make up my pre-workout, and I actually like to pretty much start consuming that pretty pronto. We've got to think about peak times of the ingredients that we're using, caffeine, things like that. About 45 minutes. So you want that to be peaking by the time that you're training, don't you really? So 2 of the very best pre-workouts that I've ever had in terms of like pump, which is the Pump Plus, which I recommend everyone trying at least once. If you haven't tried it, go to insightsupplements.com right now. Use Josh10 for discount. And then this is the Naughty Boy Halloween special. Really, really good stimulant pre-workout. I'd highly recommend that as well. That's like my consistent one. I've got an MB Pre in there. Those of you guys who remember MB Pre, they called it MB Pre and they had to back up the name. They kind of did. I had a scoop of that the other day. Fucking hell. That stuff is strong. So if you like strong, MB Pre, but this is the final part to the pre-workout. So let's go. So coming into post session, I've been starting this with carbs. I'm very, very tempted to move carbs to the end because they're a little bit less important than the rest of it. For now, I'm gonna keep them here, but 3 sets of carbs, and then we'll get to our push day. Some type of variation on this of like a cuff. Lateral raise is my favorite, absolutely. Why? This offers stability. These you can pull right across in the length and range, and you can just pull perfectly in. Doesn't matter how wide you are, how long your arms are, where your wrists sit, where your elbows sit. You can sit on this and make it fit you, which is just perfect. And obviously with the cables, you've got micro increments to go up, and the arms move up, you can move it in. Just an incredible machine. So 3 sets on here. We get all the rotators warm, shoulders warm. This is a bit of a delt dominated day. And then we will press, and then go back to triceps and delts. What do we think of the new Athlete Fit heat wave? This reminds me of like old school Nike quarter zip that I used to have, that kind of techie-ish material. Check it out. That's all I wear. That dreaded moment when you see a machine taken. Technically, I can do it. I think Pete. Yeah, technically I can do it. The logbook told me I did this for 7 last week, so if I could do 7 again or 8, that'd be great. This is 7 plates. I did this in off-season here last year. To put that into perspective, when I got here on prep, because I hadn't been on this machine for a long, long time, I'd done another part, and also had a pec injury. I was on like 5.5 plates at the beginning of prep. So in prep to go at 1.5 plates aside, it's pretty decent. So let's fucking give it a go. And that's 8, so still getting stronger. And then if anyone asks or is curious why I'm doing a neutral grip, this particular machine, because of my history of pec injuries, puts my pec in a much safer position. Like, yeah, just as much stimulus, yeah, a little bit more on the triceps for sure. But for me, I get a good stimulus there. And there's other exercises in the other session where I'm much more out here and I feel much safer on that. So that's literally it. Yo. Alright, that was a bit quick. That was a little bit quick. I know that in my head. I know that when I'm watching it back, and you guys probably know that it's a little bit quick. I've got good control, and you'll find the older the bodybuilder, the more quick they might go sometimes. But they've got really good control, but that's just no excuse. That was 10 kilos up on both sides and like 2 reps up. To make that type of progression is rare, very, very rare, 8 weeks out. So logically, it's not from progression, it's from actually just speed reps. I don't know why I was doing that. I was a bit amped up, so that's fine. I'll still write it down, but I'll make a note for next session, slow it down. Oh, that's heavy. All right, so you guys have probably seen me do this about 100 times, but I'm gonna go through it anyway. One little tip that you might not have heard before is when you're doing these crossover tricep extensions, is I want you to focus on pushing from here for sure, but then chest up and like squeeze back. That like extra boom right there. Whew. Completely lights those triceps up. And it takes a great exercise to an even better one, so set it up as normal. Push that chest through. Ooh. Two high rep sets on the dips. This kind of like finishes off front delts, because obviously you're literally coming into like a shoulder extension to the front delts. Get finished, the lower pec gets finished pretty much, we'll touch once, and then there's like a whole lot of triceps as well. This is like not a typical like chest movement, right? There's a little bit of chest, but there's a little bit of delts, there's a little bit of triceps as well. So just got that two single incline sets, and then these sets kind of a little bit towards chest, and that's it for chest. The rest of it is laterals, rear delts. We've got some more triceps, and focusing on that shoulder. Struggles to get a pump, but kind of feel pumped. Absolutely love that style of tricep press. Again, like probably someone tell me it's not very good, but just because I can crumple down how I want, it just makes the whole exercise very ergonomic. So anything like single arm in general, it's probably a pretty good idea to do. So we're just finishing up on the delts here. So we've hit laterals pretty hard, fronts pretty hard, rear delts as well. In the off season, I'd probably tag another lateral raise in here, but because like really goal is preservation, top set performance, we can scale that back to like minimum effective dose to keep muscle. Yeah, we don't need maximum effective dose to keep muscle, we need minimum. So that is pretty much it. A few sets of triceps as well, which you guys would have seen. And now we're gonna go in and pose, we'll take some photos, and we'll, I guess, physique update. Alrighty, so back from the gym. Honestly, we get back from the gym at like 1:15. I ideally don't want to eat until like 2 or just after 2, just because of like the hunger I get later on. So I get back, I have 2 apple and cinnamon rice cakes, which are unbelievable by the way, and 20 grams of this almond and cashew butter. And I literally just have that when I walk in the door, and it like tires me over 45 minutes, like for survival. So I've already had that because I went into survival mode and I had to go get it. So we didn't film it. Then we got this meal here. So I'll include those things in that meal, basically. But I've got 400 grams of potato, 250 grams of chicken. It's 100 carb, it's 20 fat, and it's 70 protein. Obviously the fat coming from the almond butter and the extra carbohydrates coming from the rice cake. So yeah, it's a decent meal, honestly. If you had it all at once, it'd be a decent meal, but I'm so hungry that I can't wait. So that's what I have. And I have my sweet puppy sauce from Flavor Gang. This stuff is fucking gold dust. 0 calories too, so let's dig in. Post-workout meal. Alrighty, so coming into this is meal 3 now. This is probably my favorite meal because it reminds me of childhood. It's a turkey sandwich, incredible. Yeah, it's a little bit processed, not gonna lie. Of course it is. Turkey, water, cultured sugar, sea salt, modified vinegar, potato starch, spice. Is what it is. Tastes good, it's protein. I usually put a load of salad leaves again on the bread. Today I haven't got any, so I've just got some chopped onion, unfortunately. I'll catch up some micros in the next meal. I also have like 40 grams of these rice cakes. These are like ketchup flavored. Whew. We've had the all dressed ones, we've had the salt and vinegar ones, we've had the sour chive ones. These are the best ones, ketchup for the win. Nice little tang on them. And then I'm gonna make it creamy. So let me make all that, and then I'll see you there. So yeah, I ate half of that on the way. We've got 200 grams of turkey, 2 slices of the Weight Watchers bread that I had earlier on, so just a little bit of carbs. 40 grams of those rice cakes. Oh, and then also, 2 seconds. And this is the creamy that I made. So I just keep this in the freezer while I eat this. This is 200 grams of frozen berries, mixed berries, 150 grams of yogurt, and then maybe like 50 grams of like 0 calorie maple syrup. And I leave this freeze for a little bit, and that's like a really good bunch of micronutrients and fiber there as well. So creamy, absolutely goated turkey sandwich, nostalgic. Do you want anything more? No, that's meal 3. Let's go. Alrighty guys, so we're back for meal 4. And I honestly, I enjoy all my meals, so I can't deny this is another good one for me. So I go 50 grams of, and I have to count all this because it's just kind of that level that you're at right now. So 50 grams of courgette, I've got 40 grams of mushrooms, I've got 40 grams of onion, I've got 100 grams of broccoli, which is currently just in the air fryer right now because I like it a little crispy. And then I've got 2 peppers measured as well. So that is like a big chunk, not a big chunk, but like maybe like 20 carb from vegetables there. And then simply just got chicken again, and then some noodles, which I'll show you. They're like the mung bean starch. They taste good, they're quite high volume. So we've been having those every night. And I usually just throw like lemon pepper in. So I'll show you the final product, but this is like vegetable making station and meal 4, engage. So evening meal, meal 4, 50 carb, like 7 fat. You know the chicken breast in Canada, for whatever reason, just has high fat? It's crazy. I don't know what it is. There's like no super lean meat here. It's really hard to find super lean turkey and super lean beef, and apparently super lean chicken breast, so I lose out fat here. Thank God I'm not on like 35 fat like I have been in the past, because I wouldn't be able to do it. So 250 chicken, 45 of this like kind of like mung bean rice, and then of course like the broccoli here, and then a few of the other things in here. This is like 500 calories, so a little bit of a smaller meal. I like to prioritize carbohydrates post-workout, which is why we have about 100 post-workout. That is like the time when you're gonna utilize those the most as possible. So yeah, and if you're in a country where you can get this, Cool Runnings lemon pepper, put on everything. So meal 4, we'll see you at meal 5. So coming to the final meal now. This is the creamy that I made earlier, completely frozen up here now. I put like a little bit of almond milk to fluff it up a little bit. Also put 1 scoop of stevia, which you didn't see, but there's a scoop of stevia in here. And I'm gonna put this in the creamy to blend up into ice cream, and then we've got rice, ground rice cooking right now. So I'll show you when it's cooked. Bruh, 60 grams of protein, 30 calories of almond milk, and the sweetener. That is literally it. This is literally like 200 calories and so much volume. So final meal, racking up for calories at 3,200 for the day. That's a training day. I'm losing weight on that food. Obviously I'm still doing cardio and whatnot, so we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the video, but that is a full day of eating at the moment. Let me know if you want to see another one. On a rest day, maybe you want to do a high day. I'll show you how I get that in and keep it efficient, but yeah, let me know what you think. All right, so coming into the 3rd set now, and I'm noticing the difference so much of moving that hamstring first. Talking with John, just noticing a few things, namely towards the end of the workouts that are starting to lag, and when we look at my physique as a whole, like the things that I need to hang on to, more than anything, hamstrings, right? It's a leg game. I'm probably weakest on my hamstrings, glutes, back, so we want to prioritize it. I noticed those 3 sets at the end of the session were just shit, so 4 sets, sorry. Move them to the start, drop 1 set off, and now I'm progressing versus last week. So just don't be afraid to reassess that exercise order when you need to. So some more simple changes to the program. Again, thinking about what we want to preserve the most. Probably thinking about that like upper thickness. We look at like a rear double shot. So when things are getting a little bit difficult, fatigue sets in, we want to preserve that strength in those top sets as much as possible. So having a little bit of volume to be able to take away from is always a good idea to start with at your prep. So everything was pretty much like 3 sets. So now I'm taking this one down to 2 sets. And I've taken another set off one of my little workouts just so that we can make sure that I'm not just digging too much of a fatigue hole. And when we see that that momentum drop in training, that's like a good idea to be like, let's pull back a bit. So just 2 sets in here today. So coming into set 2, and I'm just trying to, like, you know what, like, if I can have the perfect form and have the same reps, for me, when I'm at a lower body weight, like body weight to like actual strength ratio, it's gone up. I'm taking that. At this point, 8 weeks out, you know, maybe 9 weeks into a diet, like still progressing. For me to maintain, that's a win. That's a win. I actually got a rep on the last exercise, so if I'm taking a rep, I'm taking that all day long. So set 2, I drop a little bit. Alrighty guys, so we're coining this room the wrap-up room. This is where we wrap up the week, we go over previous photos, I tell you the changes of what's happened, and we kind of go through that process, right? So since the last time we did this, I think I've probably lost a couple kilos. I think maybe I was like 110-ish. This morning I was 108.5. I've been a couple hundred grams light. I've been 108.3, but I can feel myself getting leaner and leaner every single day now. And I'll show you a few pictures. So we'll do like the first ones I took when I got here. So this is, we're coming to our seventh week. So this is 7 weeks difference in these pictures. Obviously you can tell which one's which. The lighting's a little bit better now. I've managed to figure out the lighting, but this is 7 weeks difference, which is crazy because I've still got 7 weeks left. And I also was on prep for like 2 weeks before that, right? So I just don't have the same setup of pictures, and I'd rather it be in that same place so you guys can see it. Annoyingly, like my final pictures are going to be in San Antonio, so we have to do the full comparisons. But either way, you can see a huge difference. Like you can still see, like I've still got some glute fat. That's my main thing. My quads could still have a little bit more come off the sides of them. They're pretty good from the front. In fact, what I'll do right now, I'll show you some pictures post-workout. This was like 2 days ago, and you can see here with a pump, like I'm considerably fuller than the morning pictures. The morning pictures are like, you know, post low days, flat in the morning, not hydrated, not eaten at all. So much bigger. You can see my arms fill out a little bit more, my legs do as well. I'm feeling pretty lean. I'm feeling leaner than the pictures are showing, if I'm honest. Just my back is always holding body fat like normal. That's kind of how it is. But I'm definitely feeling lean. And you know what, like 8 weeks now, more than enough time to kind of cruise this in and land it perfectly. Like I need shredded glute to this level. Never had them before. So we need that. I'm closing in on like the level of condition that I've been before. I think probably 2 or 3 weeks, that'll be like where I've been before. And then every week will be like a new level, which would be really, really interesting to see. So 108.3 in terms of food. I'm still at 3,200 calories. I'm still at 2,600 on non-train days. Those days fucking kill me. And I'm sure there are some guys and girls watching thinking 2,600 calories, that's loads. I know, but relatively 110 kilos on steroids, using Clen, using T3, all those types of things. It's not loads, and I do feel those days it's quite a lot. I need to figure out a way to get an extra meal in there. Cardio is at 4 lots of 20 now instead of 5, so it's come down 1. This to kind of just keep the legs a little bit fresher, keep me off them, keep no cardio before a leg day and after a leg day and on the leg day. So I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, just to keep the legs fresh and focus on that leg day because I want to keep the size of them. And I do 13,000 steps 6 days a week, which is pretty hefty. That's long. It takes a long time to walk that long, you know. And I don't have the underpad walking here. I would love to get the one, but then I've got to fix the desk, and when you don't live here permanently, getting all that stuff's very frustrating. So 13,000 steps, and then on Sundays after leg days, I literally just almost fully rest, like 6,000 to 8,000 steps, no cardio and no training. And that's kind of where we're at. PDs haven't changed, so nothing has changed with anabolics. The only thing that has changed is Clen has gone from 20 to 40, just to crank it a little bit more. We're at a place where food's relatively low for someone like me. There's probably 1 or 2 bunches in it, but we don't want to go too much lower than that really, because it starts to affect performance a little bit too much. That's where you'd use the other side of things, the androgenics or the thermogenics, to bring metabolism up. So we'll see. I'll keep you updated, guys. I'm really, really excited for this process. The difference is crazy already. Obviously, I'm way off my vision for myself, but what I see, if I fill in the gaps, I can do it. I know I can do it. So hope you guys have been enjoying this series so far. We've still got like 8, 9, 10, 11 episodes left. We're not even halfway through, which is amazing. Last year we only did like 9 episodes, so we'd already be done by now. So I'm really excited to keep the ball rolling. Hope you've enjoyed the videos in between as well, guys. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you very soon. Peace and love, everybody. Bye-bye.